My name is Luke Robicheaux. I am from Morgan City, Louisiana. I grew up in Sacred Heart Parish. Uh, Grew up in a regular Catholic family. I have two brothers my same age. We're triplets. Um, and just really a normal Sunday Catholic family. Uh, After I graduated from Berwick High School, I went to Nichols State University over in Thibodaux, and I guess I fell away from the church a little bit. Kind of wasn't going to mass all the time, which I think is common with a lot of guys. And I ended up having a conversion experience while I was there. And I thought about going to seminary when I was younger, when I was in high school, but it was just never real. It was never a real possibility, even though it was in the back of my mind. And I never really knew how to pray. I never really knew how to talk to God. I never really knew that God was interested in talking to me. I never had really any kind of community, anyone to share the journey with. So it was difficult for the spiritual life to be real to me. And when I was at Nichols, the heart of my conversion was just the realization of this fact that God is either real or he's not. I mean, I think a lot of times I was trying to kind of ride the fence, and maybe not give up my belief in God, but live as if, everything that he said or everything the church said wasn't exactly true or wasn't exactly important. And I guess I just realized that, God and his church are pretty much all or nothing. They're either all the way true and I got to act like it and start living like it, or it's not true at all and I'm just wasting my time and I might as well just get out. And of course it is real. So but by the grace of God, I started praying. I started going back to mass, started going to adoration, got involved with some great friends that were trying to live a holy life, and all the priesthood stuff came back. And I guess the heart of it for me was that if God is real, if all this is real, I want to be all in. I want to give myself totally to him. And that's what led me to seminary. While I was there, even though I had grown a lot, I think I had a little bit of a mistaken notion of what discernment actually is. And what do I mean by that? I think that I was under the impression that discernment was something separate from my life, as if I was going to discover my true vocation by being in the chapel and God was going to whisper some sort of secret message into my ear, or some sort of, private mystical revelation or something. And then once I get the orders from God, then I just have to go carry it out, right? And until then, I just have to wait. I'll just keep doing my thing, keep waiting until God decides to let me know what to do. And that's not totally wrong. I mean, we do have to pray, and we do have to listen to God, and he is going to lead us in that way. But discernment is not something that we just kind of, you start doing, and at a certain point you realize exactly what's going to happen, and then you're done. You just have to do it on your own, as if once God lets you know, then he's out of the picture. I think in seminary I realized that discernment is really just a way of life. And God reveals himself to us in just ordinary things. So I realized that if I just strive in everything to be faithful to prayer, faithful to being a virtuous person, faithful to avoiding near occasions of sin, faithful to loving my neighbor, that just in the ordinary events of daily life, the Lord is going to lead me and guide me, and it doesn't have to come through some sort of secret whisper in my heart in the chapel or in adoration or something like that. And so once I realized that, I kind of let go of the endless circles of questions in my own head. Is this my voice? Is this God's voice? What is this? What is that? I let go of all that, and I just said, I'm just going to trust you, Lord, that if if I'm faithful to you, then you're going to let me know in your own way, and I'm just not going to worry about it. And I did. And that came with a lot of peace, and it was very freeing. And what that led me to is the decision that God is not calling me to be a priest. And, after this semester, I'll be leaving the seminary, which is okay. We don't go to seminary because we're definitely going to be a priest or we know we're called to be a priest. We just go because we feel like the Lord is leading us there. And, the seminary is the best place to figure out what that means. So I guess I just want to let you know that leaving the seminary is not a bad thing. It's okay. It's the Lord calls some people in, He calls some people out. And looking back, in retrospect, I would say that going to the seminary has, without a doubt, been the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I've made fantastic friends, has fantastic, just good Catholic community. Some guys along the same journey, struggling, trying to figure it out too. It wasn't like I just entered all of a sudden, everybody expected me to be a priest immediately, So it might seem like I just wasted the last 3 years of my life, right? I'm not going to be a priest. I spent all this time in preschool. What was it all for? But think about it like this. I wouldn't have to be sure I was going to marry a girl before I dated her. If I'm going to get married, it's perfectly reasonable that I would want to date different girls just to, try to see if this is the one. And in a certain sense, going to seminary is like dating the priesthood or dating the church in a certain sense. And, there's nothing wrong with dating a girl and realizing that she's not the one. And just like you learn a lot from different relationships, you learn a lot in seminary. You learn a lot about, well, there you go.